I just realized this was behind me.
Hello, 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 and good morning. Welcome to another episode of Meet the Author. And today we got an amazing author today. She's going to put us on some game on how we can flip some money, get rich, get these fake six-figure businesses going. Please welcome our guest today, Elle Miller, the author of From Success. I'm sorry. The author of from I'm going to redo that again.
Can you say Erica Elle Miller, if you don't mind?
Hello and good morning. Welcome to another episode of Meet the Author. We got an amazing author with us today, ready to put us on some game on how to turn our businesses and start making these six figures. Please welcome Miss Erica Elle Miller, the author of From Struggle to Success, $6 to Six Figures.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us today. How you feeling? How's your morning going? Happy hump day.
Happy Hump Day. It's been busy already, but I'm here.
I'm glad you came to sit with us today. So let's get right into it. What inspired you to write this book?
What inspired me to write this book is as I began to move up in the corporate ladder and also constantly increasing my business as an entrepreneur, I learned that a lot of people don't know small, minute things to actually gain wealth or, save money. The average American doesn't have $200 in their savings account. So I thought that if I wrote this book, I have two masters in education. So it's a quick read. The formatting is in large formatting so people can get through it. And it's also a space in there where you can take notes. So I was very intentional on how I structure and what I actually put in the book, from entrepreneurship and also for the average day-to-day 9 to 5 individual.
This book is all about transformation. What was, I guess, the transformative point in your time when you were like, you know what? I don't know whether that was you was working the corporate and said, I want to be my own entrepreneur. Maybe this isn't enough for me, but what was the moment your mind transformed and you wanted to take it way further than just being a regular employee?
So I talk about this in the book. I was 16 and I was pregnant with twins, and I was hiding it at working at Wendy's, and I was making $6, and that's where the $6 to six figures come from. So, I'm hiding my pregnancy. I'm in there cleaning toilets and mopping, and I knew that wasn't the life that I wanted to have. But now I'm bringing these human beings into the world, making this little money, still going to school. And I had to figure out other ways to drive that income. So I also talk about it in the book. If you just work a 9 to 5, which I think is amazing, you can utilize those benefits, but you have to have something else on the side. You have to have a business. You have to do hair, do makeup. You have to have some type of hustle on the side. It just can't be the business. But if you're going to work a 9 to 5, you also know how to learn to hustle your 9 to 5. Make sure that you're matching your 401k. Make sure that you're purchasing the stock. Make sure that you have a savings account, and then you're actually budgeting effectively. Make sure you're using their benefits, because a lot of people don't even know all of these benefits that the company offers. So utilize all of your resources. And I think that two things people don't know, and people don't realize the resources that they have in hand.
That really hit me because I'm a twin. What's your twins' names?
Armand and Arante. They're 22 now. So
Wow. Congrats to them, man. That's lovely. Twin boys, right?
Yep, identical twin boys.
I am fraternal.
Oh, okay.
But March is Women's History Month.
Mm-hmm.
Who inspired you? What were your inspirations?
I think Maya Angelou. And I say, it's not I think, it's who I know. Maya Angelou. I admired her grace through all of her hardship, everything that she went through, and her words still hold value. Her legacy, still holds value, and she, has been physically gone from this earth. I just love her. I admire her. And I talk about in the book actually because my mom passed when I was 6 years old, laying right next to me. And I talk about in the book how when you don't have those mother figures, how important it is to cultivate those relationships or look for influences like Amaya Angelou, even though I never met her, who went through so much pain and trauma, but actually persevered.
You have an upcoming book signing event, correct?
Yes.
What can attendees expect from this book signing?
So the location is the Vibrary. It's a wine and book bar. So it's books.
So we gonna get some wine too?
Yes. And some instrumental music is gonna be playing. I wanted it to be a chill vibe. I didn't want rah-rah because I'm always doing something extra. I just wanted it to be chill. I wanted, if people have questions about the book, want some insight on things, I have an opportunity where it's not too loud to actually have a conversation with them and give them some gems.
Fire. So let's get some gems. What's the biggest financial mistake you see entrepreneurs making, and how can we avoid it?
Someone asked this question that I just left about getting a brick and mortar too fast. A commercial property, yes. So what I did, because I actually owned a salon as well, what I did is built my clientele, and I said I want to make X amount of dollars before I get a commercial storefront. So I think my goal was $3,000 a week. But when you actually are in real business and you have a storefront and you have the bills that come with it, you have landlords, sometimes you don't realize that, for one, when you're moving from in your home to your business, you're going to lose clientele automatically. People don't understand that. Some people going to rock with you, some people like success, and some people will not. So when I moved into my brick and mortar, I lost clientele. I went up $5 on my prices and I lost clientele. So you're not going to have people that follow you there. So you have to think about that. And then when you go into something, make sure you have an A, B, and C plan. I just had my salon, I had my customers, I knew the amount that I wanted to make, but after a while, my back started hurting. My kids, I'm forgetting my kids to pick them up from school because I'm stuck in a salon at midnight. So a B, and C plan, meaning that I should have developed a product, to come from that business, to come from my brand. I should have developed shampoo for the kids or something like that. So if you have your main business, come up with an A, B, and C, because something gonna pop, something gotta work, but you have to have that main tree and allow those branches to grow from that main tree.
I think struggling is a mindset. You know what I mean? The same way to be successful is a mindset.
Mm-hmm.
What are, I guess maybe some things you see with people with struggling mindsets, or people who are struggling, that maybe, is it their negativity? Is it that they complain too much? What are just things you've seen from people that are stuck in the struggle mindset?
People expect them to give. Like, they expect everybody to give. I'm in this chat and people like, oh, I'm staying in a hotel, or my kids don't have food. And I'm just like, you just want people to give what they worked hard to get. And I tell, I have grown kids, so I can say I'm preaching to the choir. It's so many ways to get money out here. So many ways. And sometimes you have to humble yourself to get to it. Sometimes you just have to do what you need to do. Do Instacart. My son, he did Instacart on his skateboard because he didn't have a car. You have to get to it because guess what? Mama ain't giving you no money. But I see people don't have that grit and grind in their souls anymore. Like, it's no way that my kids will go out. I don't care if I'm without. There's been nights where I didn't eat, but my children ate. Ways that I had to work around just to keep the lights on. So I think that people don't have that grit and grind anymore, and they expect people to hand them something. Don't expect nobody to give you nothing because nobody owes you anything. So I think that that's where it's a downfall, where people who are struggling, they're not setting their mindset up. And I talk about that in my book as well.
She hit all the points.
Yeah, the first thing is you have to have your mind in the right place. And, my kids talk about me because I say, you got to reprogram your mind. I always say that, like, you got to reprogram your mind because you have to get out of that sitting mindset, and be able to reprogram your mind to actually think more positive and see past your struggle.
Networking community are key in business. How important is mentoring in collaboration and achieving success?
I talk about that in my book as well. Networking and relationships. Mentoring is important. I mentor people all the time. I feel like if you are a blessing, you have to be a blessing to others. If God blesses you, you have to be a blessing to others. I think mentoring is valuable. I think not only do you need to mentor people and have mentees, but you also need mentorship. I have a mentor who is a CEO of a Fortune 500 company. I need that pouring into me because I'm constantly pouring into other people. I think it's valuable. I think cultivating relationships is valuable because when you have that relationship and it's a good relationship, it can open other doors and other opportunities for you to advance in your career or in your entrepreneurship.
As a mom, what was the best, I guess, entrepreneurship? Or no. What was the toughest lesson you had to show your boys about money?
The toughest lesson, that's a good question. I would say take it old school. It don't grow on trees. It don't grow on trees. No, but so, and this is something personal. So, and I'm gonna get into a story right here.
Okay, go into
About how sometimes you can't play with them, but I have grown children. So my son, I said, well, how much money, put a dollar amount. What do you need to be successful? Whatever you say, I'm going to go to the bank and I'm going to pull it out and give it to you. You know what he told me? $1,200. He said he needed $1,200 to be successful. I said, okay, I'm going to the bank. I said, however, before I give you this money, I need you to sign a contract, a binding contract. I'm printed out, my signature. We're going to date it. We're going to sign on here. And when I give you this money, because you said this is the dollar, this is the price you put on your success. This is the dollar amount you need. You need to be out of my house on this day. It was about a 6-week time period. Okay? It's tough love. So that day came. What he did with the money, I don't know. That day came. I knocked on his door. Hey, you got somewhere to go? Because this your last day here. Well, Ma, I ain't got nowhere to go. I said, but you signed a contract. And this is the money that you asked for, that you said this was going to help you be successful. And I said, you got to go. So after that, he definitely got a job. But he was literally in a homeless shelter for a week. I had to teach him a lesson. That money don't grow on trees. And then when you sign something,
they're not gonna be nice to you about
return
back on the investment.
No. So I think that was a hard lesson for him.
I ain't gonna lie, woke him up though.
Yeah, it definitely did. Definitely did. And sometimes as parents, we have to do that because sometimes your children see your success and they think and they think it's theirs, and that's not the case.
I love that, man. I love that. So, I guess what were some tough obstacles you faced on this journey to making 6 figures on your entrepreneurial journey? What were just things you faced, maybe in the workplace or maybe even personally, that might have stopped you, but you didn't let it?
The higher that you move up, the less people you see that look like you. That's the hardest thing. I think I still deal with it, because when you feel alone in a space and you don't understand the same way people always say it gets lonely at the top, is not that you don't have other people of color that's at the top too, but they at the top in their space, right? I'm at the top and it's me, and I don't see people that look like me in my space. And for me, that's hard for me. because you want to connect with people that look like you. And right now, in my corporate space or some of the other spaces that I'm in, I don't have that. And it's difficult because you want, that friend person, you want that. And
feel free with, comfortable with. I know it's
exactly. That has been the hardest for me. Yeah.
So I know you've put out multiple books. You're a six-figure earner. What's next for you, Miss Erica Elle Miller?
I want to expand my real estate portfolio, and hopefully I'll get married. Sure, we've been waiting a while now. Hopefully I'm walking down the aisle and I can say I do that. But I definitely want to expand my real estate portfolio.
So I hope this isn't too personal, but do you feel like it's harder to find love when you're more successful?
I think it depends on the individual because what I'm noticing about women is we don't humble ourselves. I had another friend that was an entrepreneur, and she was like, if you make 100,000, that's too less for me. That's, you need to make a certain amount of money. And to be honest, I was just like, if a man don't cheat on me, if he support me, if he love me, if he care for me, if he there for me, if he accept my kids, I'll rock with you if you're making 50,000.
You know, is that really the truth?
Let me tell you.
Say that, but it's just like if I ain't going 50.
Let me tell you how God work. Let me tell you how God work about me humbling because it is difficult, but women, we don't know how to be submissive sometimes. And I did, my boyfriend now, he makes well over six figures, but I didn't ask for that. I wanted somebody that was trustworthy, loving, support, all of those things. That's what I was praying and asking God for. I didn't care about a dollar amount because we're going to make it work. We're going to make it do what it do anyway, baby. But I think people miss the core value of what love means and what it means to love somebody through thick and thin. I think everybody is so caught up on the materialistic thing. My boyfriend, his car is paid off. He drive an older Lexus. He don't even care. And when you see him, you won't know unless he has on a suit. He want flooded jogging pants. People who are making the real money, they don't look like it. Yeah, they don't look like it. So I think that sometimes women have to humble ourselves and we have to be submissive, but we have to be submissive to the right person, a person that is a leader, a person that supports you, a person that cares for you and cares for your children. Not somebody that's in the street that want to be seen. We have to be careful and watch about who we're letting in our space and giving our energy to. And that person, once you watch them, then you can learn to be submissive. Because I think that women, we're so guarded that it takes time for us to trust, to let the wall down, to let somebody in before we can be submissive. And to the men, I think when they see a good woman, they need to take their time and practice patience with that because it is going to take a while because most women who are successful, they've been hurt, they've been burnt, they've been through hell and hot water. They don't got time. We ain't finna deal with it. Patience. So men need to have give them time to let the wall down and be more submissive. So
I appreciate you saying that. I'm gonna take that game. But thank you so much. Can you please tell everybody where we can follow you, where we can order your book and find your book? And
yes,
get in contact with you if we want some business advice.
Absolutely. So my Instagram is the Erica L TheEricAelle, and you can actually visit my website to book a consultation, to get a career plan, any investment things, to book me for speaking engagements, all of that at www.everythingericaelle.com. That's everythingericaelle.com.
Thank you so much, Miss Erica Elle Miller, for taking the time to talk about your book and sitting on Meet the Author today. The author of From Struggle to Success, $6 to 6 figures. We rolling out. Hello.
Thank you so much.